While Jared finishes up Firstborn here, we'll look back to the right. Didier has now imported his map into the game table to make the last few adjustments he needs. That first room there that he's looking at right now is the first room the players' characters will enter when they enter the dungeon. The rest of the dungeon, you noticed, has sort of a unique sort of color coding, and yes, that is on purpose. It's not a bug. Each one of those little colored areas represents a different, what we're calling an area within the dungeon. When the players are going through the dungeon, and we'll get to look at this in just a few minutes, they won't see an area until the DM chooses to reveal it. That means that the DMs will be able to reveal dungeons on a room by room or area by area basis as the PCs wander through. Now he's adding some light sources. He's also, you can see, Jared, cover your ears, he's added a monster, a beholder, which our intrepid heroes will get to encounter shortly. He's tied some light sources to the flaming braziers there, and as well as one to the beholder. And now he's looking back and forth between the player view there and the DM view, is that view right there. So the DM sees the whole dungeon. The players only see what the DM wants them to see. So it looks like he's all done with his work. So it's time to get ready for game night here and load up the game in the lobby. Jared's already there. He's just waiting for his DM to show up. Those DMs are always late. So once you make it to the lobby for the D&D game table, you can choose to load a local adventure, something that you've made yourself, which is what our DM is going to do here. Or eventually when we have them up, we'll have plenty of e-adventures to choose from. So Jared now can search for his game, has found it, joined it, and proceeds to load up his two characters. Frakor and Firstborn. Fighter and a Paladin.
How many characters can
One person can run multiple characters. We haven't settled on the final number yet. More than one. So one thing you might notice is that these guys have finally started talking. They're not talking to me. They're actually talking to each other over our integrated voice chat. When you're in the D&D game table, you will not need third-party software for voice chat. You'll just need your headset and mic. We also have text chat built in, and we'll see some examples of that shortly. So as a subscriber, Jared can load up the 3D versions of his virtual minis from the saved character gallery that he has. All right, so both V-minis are loaded up. So eventually we'll have full functionality, cross-functionality between the game table and our character creator utility. Will enable you to bring in your full character sheet. That piece of software is still under development. We're not showing it off here. So we have these data sheets basically for the characters that enable our developers to add things, hit points, attack routines, and hotkey those along with their damage, attack and damage routines.
Can the DM create player characters for people to join and assign as characters?
Yes. Yeah, you'll be able to let people borrow, a DM will be able to let players borrow characters that he's created.
So this came up on Thursday at the open session. So if someone's a subscriber, say the DM, but you invite a guest for a guest pass,
Right.
They only see the 2D content, or will they see the content the DM?
Non-subscribers will be able to use the 2D tokens, but not the virtual minis, because the virtual minis are something that you create with your subscription in the character visualizer.
People are playing with
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So on the right, you can see that our DM is taking a few last minutes here to review his text that he's generated for this part of his adventure. You can tie text to specific parts of your dungeons, indicating anything that you feel like you need to remember, from illumination, terrain effects, read aloud text you want to remember, or monsters. In this case, he also included the names on the graves of the headstones in the graveyard in this map. It's a very thorough DM. Light sources can be tied to a particular square. They can also be tied to a virtual mini or token. So you see that Firstborn's player Jared here told his DM, Firstborn pulls out a torch, so our DM then assigned him a light source that follows him as he moves across the map.
I think I'm just going to walk down the street here.
You can also see that the characters can set waypoints for their movement to show exactly which squares that they step in. There's no adjudication in the game table, which means that it's up to the players and DMs to police themselves, just as they would around the kitchen table. So you can move as far as you like. It's up to your DM to tell you, hey, you just moved 8 squares instead of 6. Move back 2. And it looks like our brave adventurers have had an encounter
Some mighty big wolves.
with some very large wolves. So our DM is able to share not only the image of those wolves, but some read aloud text that he has prepared.
Okay.
Is it possible to split the information amongst the party if only certain members know something?
Not at launch. Around the kitchen table, one player mostly sees what all the other players are seeing, or vice versa.
Pass the notes.
Right.
The DM can share with one player only.
Right. Right. Well, yeah, the DM can share information with one player only via whisper chat. Yeah. But what one.
But the screen is always
Right.
the same.
The screen is.
So you mean that this one can be shared with one player only?
Right. This information that he's sharing, the image or the text like that, can be shared with just one player. But when we'll show you in a minute when they get down into the dungeon. So it was up. It's gone. There it is. The initiative tracker in the upper right of the right screen. Initiative has been rolled, and the participants in the combat have all been rolled right into the initiative tracker there in the order in which they should go in initiative. So it's Firstborn's turn. Through the initiative tracker, the DM can not only track initiative, he can drag and drop to represent readied or delayed actions, just moving people through the initiative order as he desires. It also gives him one-click access to the data sheets for monsters. So you see he can just click on that little gray button right there and see what the Grey Wolf's stats are. Then he just hits a next turn button when a monster or PC is done acting, and it goes to the next person or creature in the initiative order.
So turns are locked. The players can't move their guys until the initiative comes up.
They can move their guys at any time, just their guys, just like on the table. Again, it's up to the DM to say, move your guy back. DDA? I want to make sure that's correct. Player characters aren't locked in place, is that correct? So like when it's not their turn in initiative, can they still move their guy around? Right. So, development is happening so quickly on this software that I just have to make sure that I have the right information sometimes. Check with DDA here, who knows far more about the tech specs than I do. Right, they could, but I mean, it's just like sitting around your table at home, right? They could just be moving, the DM's job to slap their hands, say, knock it off. So this is an example of our condition icons. That wolf has been bloodied, and the DM has flagged it as such, so that everyone knows, hey, that wolf's bloodied. We'll eventually have icons for all of the conditions in the game of a similar fashion. We have some right now available, but they're mostly placeholders.